This is definitely going to be a hard movie to talk about because a lot of the story is kind of a spoiler, and I'm happy that there's no trailer yet because I'm worried that the trailer will ruin what this movie is actually about, but I'm so excited to talk about this movie. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new movie review. Today I'm going to be discussing The Lonely Island's new produced film, Palm Springs, which debuted at Sundance 2020, which I am currently at, and I had a blast with this movie. I cannot wait to dive into more details about it, but without further ado, guys, if you guys are new here, consider hitting that like and subscribe button where I do tons of content like this on a daily basis, early movie reviews, geeky stuff. We're going to discuss it over here all the time. Of course, guys, make sure to comment down below. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Are you guys excited for this one? Are you not? Are you at Sundance and got to check it out? Let's discuss it. Palm Springs is about a carefree guy named Nyles and a reluctant maid of honor, Siara, who have a chance encounter at a Palm Springs wedding. But as things get complicated, as they're unable to escape the venue themselves and even each other. This is one of those movies that I didn't know anything going into. I knew it was produced by the Lonely Island guys. I knew who was in it, Andy Samberg, of course. And I went in this movie really blinded, hearing that it was pretty funny, and I walked out with the biggest smile on my face. Hear me out when I say this, is that Palm Springs is going to be the film that I am going to be praising all year long, because I think this is going to be a very underrated movie. It's not going to make a lot of money, sadly, and it looks like Hulu and Neon bought it. So I don't really know how the distribution is going to go for this movie, but I really just hope that I get to watch this movie as much as possible, and I hope a lot of other people do, because Palm Springs is near perfection as a comedy. And I say that because I thought every single element on this film almost nearly worked, whether it goes from the story to the performances to even the message inside this movie. That's all the stuff that really tackled in this film greatly. Of course, no spoilers. I don't want to get into actually, because I might have read the synopsis, but that's not truly what the film is about. There's a lot more details into here, and I know other reviews have featured it. I just want to stay away from it, though, and keep you surprised. The thing that I loved about it, though, is the way that the directors and the writers handled this film, because the consequences in this movie, usually in other movies that have gone through these scenarios, they never handle or talk about the consequences. In this movie, it's a big point of the movie, and it's one of the reasons that it makes this film very endearing and astonishing to see how they were able to handle that in a very comedic way and at the same time an endearing way. Here's the thing, even though I loved how it dealt with a lot of the consequences, something that really made this film work, though, was the cast and the relationships they all have with one another. Let's start with Andy Samberg in here. He's a great guy. He's very funny in everything he shows up in, but this feels to be his most mature film to date, and in general, his most mature performance. I wouldn't go as far to say that he's kind of going away from his shtick. He definitely brings his shtick to here, but it feels like he's matured it with him as an actor, and I like what he was able to do in Palm Springs. It really is reluctant to see that at the very least. It's funny, and he has many lines in here where I was sitting there going, God, I can't wait to talk about this with my friends and be able to kind of replay them with each other, because there's always those comedies that you see where you're like, you see a movie with your friend, and then like the next years of your friendship, you randomly say them to each other. We all have those, and I love them, and Palm Springs definitely has a bunch of those. J.K. Simmons also shows up in here in a very, again, going to that mature element, dealing with the consequences, but at the same time, great. I love what J.K. Simmons was able to bring in here, and he has a very small role, but it was really touching, and in times, hilarious. But truly, the big all-star in this film for me was Cristin Milioti, who we've seen in the likes of Fargo, Wolf of Wall Street, and even Modern Love, but we've never seen her in a big actress performance before until now, I would say. And she is incredible in this movie. She is really the true heart of this movie, the true soul of it all. And while her relationship with Andy Samberg himself, because this is a romantic comedy, while it works to all levels, you truly believe in them, and it kind of gave me elements of, say, the Big Sick and Long Shot of the way that they developed this relationship, but again, it goes back to that one theme of handling consequences, and her character has a lot of stuff to handle in here, and as stuff starts to reveal out, might be a little bit predictable in those elements, you could definitely guess a lot of them. It really is handled in such a great way, and I thought her performance brought such nuances, while at the same time being hilarious. She was so filled with charisma that it was hard to take a smile off my face anytime she was on screen. They just brought charm to this movie, and that's really what this Palm Springs is about. It's charming, it's meaningful, it's endearing, astonishing, and most of all, near perfection. I give you guys my final thoughts on Palm Springs. Make sure again to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment down below. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this movie. Are you guys excited for it? Are you not? Let's discuss it. And of course, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this. You guys are seriously all the best. If you guys are interested in seeing movies early, head over to Samberg Films. And of course, just a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. Palm Springs is the best thing Lonely Island has done as a feature film yet. Palm Springs is, again, perfection. I loved every single minute of it, and I smiled, I laughed, and most of all, I walked out in love with it. I will definitely be singing its praises all year long, but the thing about this movie that really worked for me was the comedy. It was the emotional moments to it, and again, just ties back to that theme of consequences. Not a lot of comedies will handle them so well, but Palm Springs really makes it an effort to bring it to life. I love what Andy Samberg was able to bring in here. I love Cristina, and I love what she was able to do in here, and J.K. Simmons is a little nice shining spot in here as well anytime he shows up in a movie. So all that said, I'm going to give Palm Springs an A. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on Palm Springs. Did you guys like it? Did you hate it? Let's discuss it down below, guys. Thank you guys again so much for watching this, and of course, until next time, stay classy.